like. I know it feels like I'm in love. I know it feels like. I know it feels like I'm in love.
Well, hello there, Leo. Welcome into your February reading. If you're new here, I'm Cindy. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you're returning, so happy to have you with us again for our February series. You know, this month is all about the love. And it can be romantic, it can be platonic, or it can be self-love. But we're asking the universe to show us. And we're stating, I love you, but you need to see this. But you need to bring your attention onto this particular area in your life that maybe we need to be more in alignment. We need to be more balanced. So I pulled an Angel and Ancestors Oracle card, and I got the Shaolin Master. This is about being graceful in movement and action. And there's a little praying mantis sitting on his shoulder. And there is northern and southern praying mantis styles of Chinese martial arts, which I found really interesting. But according to spiritual guides, seeing the praying mantis can be a powerful sign from the universe related to your current need for patience, focus, or to be cunning. Now, I looked up Shaolin monks because I really had no knowledge about that subject, very little. And I thought it was really neat to see that what makes a Shaolin monk so powerful is that they learn how to control an energy force known as Qi, which is inside of us through meditation. So we have this power inside of us, and they're just learning to tap into it. That's why they can, chop through blocks, and they can levitate and do all these things that seem very supernatural to the rest of us. It's only because they're so advanced with clearing out all the energetic blockages in their chakra system that they are specifically tuning and practicing this particular energy of Qi and making it stronger. So we are very powerful beings, and I think this is a little bit of a reminder here to be careful and purposeful with your power. Your words or emotions and thoughts are energy. What you put out, you get back. It's an energetic frequency. So if you're thinking bad about somebody or you're sending negative vibes to somebody, it's going to be reflected back to you because what you put out, you get back, right? And speaking about, manifesting and bringing things into the 3D, what you put out, you get back. Our first energy here that I'm picking up today is the Magician. And that's the number one card in the tarot deck. It's the major arcana. And this is about new beginnings and new opportunities. Now, the Magician is associated with the planet of Mercury, and Mercury is all about communication. Communication with source, communication with others is what brings you into the reality of these new beginnings. You can't manifest if you don't set intention and take action. And part of our action is a lot of times speaking our truth, clarified by the Six of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about someone who wants to move things to calmer waters, right? They want to communicate something. They want to have this transition in a situation, but they're procrastinating. And it says here that they may be a little bit of a daydreamer, so they fantasize about these things of what could be. Maybe someday I'll have that. Maybe someday I'll be able to do this. And the universe is saying here with this first energy, I love you, but you need to see this, is that we need to plant our dreams and our fantasies into our reality. They can't just stay in the higher realms of woulda, shoulda, coulda, or I'd like to in the future. We have to use our power to co-create our realities of what we want to experience right now. So let's say a person is always fantasizing, right? I'm big on that. I'm a sci-fi romance, fantasist. I love going outside and reading a book and just losing myself in another world. But this is pointing out that sometimes we stay so far up in that fantasy dream world of something that we desire, we never take the actions or steps to kind of lock it into the 3D, to bring it into our reality. So the Six of Swords in the reverse is our next energy we're picking up, and the universe is saying change is happening whether you like it or not. What's the point in attempting to hide or resist the inevitable? If you want to manifest something in the physical, you have to take action, and it includes communicating. Now, the Ten of Wands is like the end of a cycle. It's end of martyring yourself. It's embracing change. It's releasing those burdens of being resistance to change, because it's causing you to drown. You can't rise into the 4D and 5D frequencies if you're sitting in the 3D matrix reality and you are refusing to accept change, because the whole world is changing and you're being left behind. Remember those movies that Christians put out, the Left Behind series of, people are going to disappear and all of a sudden, these people aren't going to be in your life anymore. Well, that's what's happening right now, but they're not physically disappearing. They're just being removed out of your life because they no longer resonate with your same frequency. So self-sacrificing yourself in martyrdom is very unnecessary, and it goes against our soul's laws. We're never supposed to martyr ourselves. These intense life challenges you are experiencing are of your own choosing. And the universe comes a knocking at your door, and you can slam it temporarily shut if it wants you to change something, if it wants you to evolve, if it wants you to ascend and step into a higher frequency of who you're meant to be. It's gonna persist. It's gonna bring up tower moment after tower moment. Just like that woodpecker that is out in your backyard. You're laying there listening to some tunes, trying to get some sun, and it's just annoying the shit out of your peace and quiet because it's pecking. It won't stop. And it gets louder and more destructive, and you just put more attention onto it, and you can't ignore that stupid woodpecker, right? That's just doing his own thing, but he's ruining your peace. Well, the universe is not going to let you have any peace if you resist change. If you self-sacrifice yourself and you say, well, I'm not stepping into who I'm truly meant to be because I've got to do this or that, or I've got this obligation, and you're not truly stepping into your purpose of what you truly find emotionally fulfilling, then you are self-sacrificing in martyrdom. And those souls that you're doing it for, it's like enabling bad behavior. You're saying, I'm going to pick up the slack and I'm going to overgive to you because you're feeding off my energy. You're not allowing them to have their own process. They're sovereign spiritual beings who are here to learn their lessons. And you self-sacrificing yourself and overgiving to obligations or people, places, and things, and martyring yourself is a very low energetic frequency that is going to keep both of you from fulfilling your life's purposes and healing. So in summary, release your hold on this old life and old ways that you're now seeing got you nowhere. Stop these patterns that you keep repeating. In the Ophiuchus reading, it was all about, Pisces was all about running on the hamster wheel. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So the universe is asking us to step off that wheel. It's also saying, stop trying to control everything and everyone around you. Stop trying to interject and be the savior of someone else. I'm guilty of this. I'm healing from a very empathetic person, most of my life I overgave, and never got the results or fulfillment that I wanted. So I'm learning to heal that part of me, but, stop trying to control and step off that cliff. And the universe is saying, if you go down this path, if you take a risk and you go towards the unknown, something that may seem a little scary, may seem a little fearful. This is how you step into the 4D and 5D frequencies. It's letting go of that 3D matrix and those patterns of the past and stepping in to these higher frequency where, we just do things differently. We embrace the unknown. We look forward to the next lesson and the next challenge. Now, the final energy I'm picking up here is the Ace of Swords. Now, the universe has an outstretched hand here, and it's saying, I've given you the truth. You're hearing this message right now. I just saw 1111. If this resonates with you, type that in the comment section. That is you consciously combining your energy with this reading and claiming this energy. I've given you the truth. Now that you've taken the red pill, there's no going back. Once you spiritually start to awaken, you can't put the Jack in a box back in the box. It's already popped. There's no saying, wait, no, give me the blue pill, You can't be reinserted into the matrix. You can try to hold on to that 3D reality of the way things used to be. Oh, if things just would go back to the way they used to be. That is a low energy concept, because the way things used to be was nothing but a reality of control and manipulation. You have a job to do. That's why you're listening right now. It's calling you, and maybe you can't explain it. Maybe this message is resonating with you and you're going, Cyndi, this is making sense. I've been on this journey. I've been the overgiver. I've been the empath. I've burned myself out, God knows for how many years, given to everybody else but myself, and I felt guilty about giving to myself. We were literally taught that was selfishness, to be healthy in our own being. So this is all about following that white rabbit, just like the Matrix. They go looking for Neo, and they're giving him all these little clues and synchronicities to follow the white rabbit. Maybe this message is that clue for you. This is the universe's way of getting your attention and saying, I love you, but you need to see this. The Five of Pentacles is, don't bother with the macho ego old ways of being concerned with how you look or what anyone else thinks. We're being taught to stand in authenticity, hell or high water, and tell everybody to go, like, I'm gonna do me for the first time. And you've been down that old path before. You've been down that path of being trapped. You've done face plants. You've gotten tripped up. You've repeated cycles. You date the same people. For me, I married the same person twice. You looked like an effing jackass so many times, right? That's me. I am the jackass of doing things again and again and again until I learn my lesson. But in this reading, the Five of Pentacles, this card is really funny. It's the Edgar Allan Poe deck that I'm clarifying with. But this poor guy has lost his head even. He showed off. He was all in macho ego, and he tripped, and when he fell, he became decapitated. The moral of this story is that when you take the path of ego, when you take the path of overgiving, you're going to get tripped up. It's going to be a blockage. You're energetically not going to be able to bring abundance into your life. The Eight of Swords, this final, I love you, but you need to see this, is pick yourself up and get out of that self-imposed prison way of thinking. Get yourself out of the matrix. Follow Trinity. Follow the white rabbit, okay? The matrix isn't bullshit. It is a prime example of exactly the reality that we live in. I just saw 1515, if that is relevant for anybody. Get out of this thought process also that everyone is out to get you, and trust the universe, right? As soon as you've been screwed over so many times and people have been dirty to you, it's hard to think that the next person isn't going to treat you the same. But, that's living in the past. Let's recap here. I love you, but you need to see this, Leo. Be careful and purposeful with your power as a manifester. Ground your dreams and your fantasies into your reality. Just don't hang out in that planning stage and thinking, someday I'll do that or go there or have that relationship. Use your newly found power to create the existence you desire to experience. Don't just fantasize. Take action. The second thing that the universe wanted us to see today is it's time to end that cycle of self-martyrdom, embrace change and the opportunity that is being offered to you. It doesn't require self-sacrifice. It's the opposite, actually. For the first time, you're going to choose yourself in an act of self-love. What a beautiful thing. Release control of others and that need to control every aspect around you. Surrender to the magic and enjoy the process. And finally, to close, Leo, the lion, you courageous, brave souls, you took the red pill. There's no going back. You can't put Pandora back in the box, right? So follow the white rabbit. Forgive yourself for being a jackass in the past. And only you can remove yourself out of your self-imposed prison. Only you can step out of this matrix. So I love this for you, Leo. I am going to title this reading Follow the White Rabbit. I think this is great. I hope this helped you. I hope you found some different perspective. The Shaolin Master brings to us, that very important message. What we started with is be careful and purposeful with your power. Be careful with your emotions, your thoughts, their energy, and everything you put out comes back to you. They have a cause and effect. Look at that as karma. And we want to avoid as much karma as possible. We want to be on the path that is our highest and greatest good, that brings us to the abundance of what our soul wanted to experience here. Happy holidays, with V-Day right around the corner. Sending you light and love, Leo. Peace.
I know it feels like